All right, so it looks like we are going into game one. So it looks like to be the Dragon Warrior matchup. That is super good with both. Apparently, this is the deck to beat. So Shinomori is going to pass turn one. Turn two, play Fairy Dragon. Patrac's going to play Fairy Dragon. His turn two. Shinomori's going to play Frothing Berserker. Looks like to be a very fast game. Shinomori's just going to trade in his Fairy Dragon so he can get the buff onto Frothing Berserker. Patrac's just going to slam. Probably buff it, looking for another card. Just buffs it up 1 damage. So now Shinomori goes to the Twilight Guardian. Buffs it up to 3/6. Frothing hits face for 5. Oh. Blackwing Corruptor is going to kill out the Frothing Berserker. Good play right there. Now, if I was Shinomori, I would like to see... Oh, looks like he's going to Blood to Ichor. Corcoran. Go face. I like it. Just go face. So Patraic here, really thinking hard on what he wants to do. Let's see. What can I think? What can I think? Gonna play Azure Drake, Inner Rage, kill off the slime, but I don't feel like that's the very optimal play. It looks like he's gonna Ravaging Ghoul. Well, I guess you could Ravaging Ghoul. You can get a full board clear here. But you're just floating 1 mana. So it looks like Patraic is going to play the Azure Drake. I don't know if he's going to Inner Rage and kill off the slime. Looks like he's considering doing that. It looks like he does do that. So Shinomori... Oh, that's a really good pickup. I would like to see the Ravaging Ghoul here from Shinomori. Kill off the Azure Drake. Play Sir Finley and Fairy Dragon. Like some cheering going on. But yeah, looks like Patraic. Shinomori is going to go with the play I said earlier, but doesn't go with the Fairy Dragon. Decides to get the Hunting Hero power instead. Patraic is going to play his Ravaging Ghoul of his own. Decides to just hero power. Oh, Shinomori does pick up the axe. Looks like he's not going to play it. Patraic. I don't see how he can come back in this game. I mean, he could Ravaging Ghoul, kill off the 5/4 with Execute. But then you have like 3 mana that you can't use. You just hero power. Patraic's, I feel like he's in a very rough situation right now. Like, I don't think of a way he can get out. Oh, okay. You can't Corcoran Elite, kill the 5/4, but then execute the 3/2. But I just feel like that's not a very optimal play. You want to be saving your execute for higher priority targets. So he is considering playing that Ravaging Ghoul. So I just armor up, execute the 3/2. But yeah. Oh, decides to save the execute. My bad. Looks like he was going to use it, decides to save it. So Shinomori's just going to play Alex Straw as champion, play the axe, everything face, smork it up. That is going to leave him at 6 health. I don't see a way Patraic can come back now. Let's see. Let's see if he sees something I don't. Execute? No. Ravaging Ghoul? No. He has to play Twilight Guardian here, otherwise he's dead. So he clears that off. He's at 5 health. 5. He's at 3 health. And that's lethal. Let's see if Shinomori sees it the way I do too. And looks like he does. So Shinomori is going to be taking game number 1 with his Dragon Warrior. That looked like a very one-sided game in my opinion. Like, Shinomori had the better start over Patraic. Maybe I gotta learn how to play Dragon Warrior because it's the deck to beat. So, yeah. Just a reminder, this is Monday Night Fireside here at Esports Arena in downtown Santa Ana. Week number 2. Okay, so I just got word from our production crew that we had 9 contestants today. First place is getting $50, correct? And second place is getting $25. Is that correct? Okay, so yes, since we only had 9 people, our prize pool is smaller today, but we do have a sliding prize pool. So with the more amount of people that show up for our firesides, the more amount that will get added to the prize pool. So it looks like we are going into game number 2. Shinomori with the Warlock Zoo and Patraic with the Aggro Shaman. I feel like out of these starting hands, Shinomori is super far ahead over Patraic. But Patraic's considering whether keeping... So if I was in Patraic's situation, I didn't know. I would keep the Tunnel Trog and keep the Feral Spirits, but get rid of the Abusive Sergeant. Patraic decides to keep that. See, well, I guess it is a good reason, because now you can, if he plays the Voidwalker, you can kill it with the Abusive Sergeant. But Shinomori is going to go turn 1, play the Argent Squire, turn 1 also, coin, Possess Villager. And see now, Patraic, he just has the hero power. Does get the Taunt Totem, clears out the Possessed Villager, Death Rattle, so now it leaves the 1/1. So Shinomori is just going to play the Voidwalker, and I'm going to assume the Flame Imp, and that's what he does do. Clear off the Tunnel Trog, pass. Now if I was Patraic here, I would play the Feral Spirits, and then clear off the Voidwalker, because it does leave you with 1 HP on one of the minions. Let's see, so that is what Patraic decides to do. Let's see, Shinomori trades off Abusive Sergeants, the Divine Shield, trades that off, trades that, gets a full board clear, and then gets to play the Dark Peddler. I think that's the player, or would he tap here? So he does play the Dark Peddler first, see what he can get from that. Can't see what cards he has. All I see is the Legend card backs. So let's see what he decides. Decides to pick up a Flame Imp. Does Abusive Sergeant onto the 1/1 Divine Shield. Trades it off, and then trades off. And then gets a full board clear. So this is how Zoo is, though. He gets always full board clears, board control. Patraic's going to play the Flame Juggler. Does hit the 2/1. That is the best outcome for him. But Shinomori is going to pick up that Direwolf Alpha. Does get another board clear. I would like to see him play or do a tap here because he's running low on cards. But he decides to go with the Flame Imp instead. If I was in Patraic, play the Tuskar Totemic. Does get a Manatide Totem. That is pretty good. So he's going to Lightning Bolt the Direwolf Alpha. Doesn't want to give him extra buffing on the damage. Does that draw the Totem Golem off that Manatide? Shinomori with the top decks does get the Sea Giant right off the top. How does he come back? Let's see, he can clear off the 8/8 with both his Busa Sergeants onto or trading his other minions. But is it really worth? Well, I guess he's going to leave one up. So because it has to attack into the Taunt Totem. Let's see, Shinomori. Does draw an Imp Gang boss. I would like to see him tap here first. Looks like that's what he decides to do. Gets a Direwolf Alpha. Not sure if that's the card he's looking for. Patraic is going to get a Flame Tongue Totem off of the top. I would like to see him put it in between the two Tuskar Totemics, yes, and just go face here. I would like to see him go face here. Play Totem Golem. And I think Patraic has it in the bag. So yeah, with the Flame Imp draw, looks like Patraic is going to take game number 2 away from Shinomori with his Aggro Shaman. Come on, Shinomori, play the Flame Imp. Play the Flame Imp. Yes, that's what I like to see. So yeah, Shinomori doesn't see a way out, decides to kill himself off with the Flame Imp. And yeah, so just a reminder, this is Monday Night Fireside here at Esports Arena. Prize pool is $95. First place getting 50, 90? $95. So first place is going to get $50, sorry. And second place is going to get $25. And third and fourth place get $10 each. So Tarragon and Iberdale will be getting their $10. But yeah, looks like we are going to be heading into game number 3, the final game here at Monday Night Fireside. And just a reminder, the more people that come out to the Firesides, the bigger the prize pool. So if you're out there, you play Hearthstone, maybe casually, you want to see how you do competitively, come out. I've seen some pretty good talent fostered here. We have some pretty big names that do come out through here sometimes. So it looks like it is going to be a Yogg-Saron Druid versus the Warlock Zoo. Let's see, Shinomori decides to get rid of all of his cards. Does pick up a Raven Idol. I would like to see if he decides to go the minion or the spell route. Pardon? What was that, Mysterious Production crew? Oh, that is true. So we did have Osaka come right before BlizzCon and play in one of our Firesides. That was pretty cool seeing him here. And he did lose, huh? Do you remember? So yeah, he lost a Monday Night Fireside, but he won BlizzCon. Another name you guys probably might have heard of is Rosti. He usually comes out to our Firesides. He got second in spring preliminaries. And spring North American preliminaries, But yeah, he's always out here. So if you're looking to up your game in Hearthstone, play some good people, definitely come out, check out our Firesides. So it looks like Patraic is going to, so let's see. Shinomori decides to Raven Idol, Patraic coin, Knife Juggler. Shinomori decides to kill it off with the Wrath. And now Patraic is playing both those minions. Shinomori decides to play another Raven Idol, decides to get Starfall, and decides to go with the Power of the Wild, the 3/2 Panther. I would like to see Patraic here play the Imp Gang boss and then go face with both of his minions. Let's see. No, decides to go Direwolf Alpha into Argent Squire. Decides to trade off with Possessed Villager. Well, considering whether to play the Argent Squire. I would like to see it, just to have another minion on board. So yes, Shinomori is going to be swiping down that Direwolf Alpha, killing off 2 minions. Patraic. I feel like Shinomori might actually come out on top because Patraic seems to be looking like he's running out of steam, but it is pretty early in the game, so. Shinomori, let's see. Innervates, does play out the Emperor Tharasun. Is going to get 3 good ticks on pretty good cards. Patraic going to play the Dark Peddler. Lowly Squire? Leper Gnome. I would like to see a Leper Gnome or a Goldshire. Because you have merit to having the Goldshire Footman with the taunt. Leper Gnome still does the 2 extra damage. But looks like he does go with the Goldshire to have the taunt pressure. Just have the taunt on board. He can clear the Emperor, but it is going to be using a lot of his resources. But he decides to tap, does get a Power Overwhelming. Puts that on the Argent Squire. So he gets a clean clear on that. Shinomori gets a Fandral Staghelm off the top. Decides to use Wrath onto the Imp Gang boss. Does 4 damage and draws a card. Does get a Wild Growth. But Patraic, with the Defender of Argus draw, let's see, 3, 5. Oh, he can clear off the Fandral and play the Imp Gang and Goldshire. I would like to see him clear off the Fandral because Fandral's a pretty scary card. If you don't know what Fandral does, it clears off, or it doesn't clear off. It gives you both the effects of the choose 1 cards, which is pretty good. As you saw earlier, it gave Wrath, it gave him the 3 damage and also the 1 damage draw card. But he decides not to do that. I feel like that's going to be a huge misplay because now he can just Starfall, clear board. And yes, does play the Starfall on the Dark Peddler. Clears off, going to play the Feral Rage, get both 4 attack and 8 armor, and clears off the Defender of Argus. It's not over yet, though. Patraic can get... Oh, it does get a... You have to take the Flame Imp. The Flame Imp. He can draw his Leroy Power Overwhelming if he got one off of here, but it looks like he didn't, so I would just like to see the Flame Imp here. He's really thinking hard about whether to take the corruption. You don't take tentacles. That's not a card that you're going to take here. I mean, there is some merit to taking the corruption, but you're leaving Fandral up for another turn. So he's just going to take the Flame Imp and also take the play down the Argent Horse Rider. Is he going to go face? Decides to go face with the Argent Horse Rider. And oh my gosh, Shinomori off of the top, Ragnaros. I think you just play it. Ragnaros. Oh, well, does this work? What is this? What is this? What's going on? I don't think that doesn't work, Shinomori. Nice try. That goes off of oh. Oh. Maybe if he was trying to get the cycle card, I think that that it doesn't work. So I think that's what he was trying to go for. But now you know that it doesn't work. Tries to clear off the Dark Peddler and does hit the Imp Gang boss. Really good outcome for him. Patraic's going to tap here. Does get a Knife Juggler. Ah, man. I think you have to go face here. You don't want to use the Power Overwhelming onto the Argent Horse Rider to just kill off Fandral. Yeah, it looks like that's the play that he's going to be doing. Oh, Shinomori with another top deck Wrath. Remember, Fandral's still out, so he gets both effects of Wrath. Top deck's Ancient War. And because of Fandral, it does become a 10-10-7 mana. And it looks like Patraic is going to be out of this game. And Shinomori looks like to be the winner of Week 2 of our Monday Night Firesides here at the Esports Arena.